Hello and welcome to our little presentation of the Genos. Genos 1, as I'm going to call it, because this is the original Genos with the Superior 2.0 update, and there are rumours that another Genos will be on the horizon sometime soon. So this is the Genos that came out 5 years ago, would you believe? And it sounds as good today as it did 5 years ago. It's, in fact, I can pretty much say it's not taken any beating from any other keyboard out there. Many other manufacturers have followed and stolen ideas, and many of them have tried to improve and pretty much failed. The key thing with the Genos compared to your Tyros, and the complaints that everybody seems to come up with, is about this screen. The fact that on your Tyros it used to rise and fall. And some people are saying, well, when I'm out playing outside, then I can't see the screen. Well, to be fair, if you've got a screen tilted that direction, depending on where you are, it's not much better. I see that as a minor issue. I don't see it as a reason not to buy one of these. And then we've got a brigade that say that they don't like these buttons here, these dials, the sliders, they don't understand. And again, if you've actually had one of these and spent some time learning how to use this, these are pretty much a godsend. The guys at Yamaha, one of the things that anybody who's owned a Yamaha instrument will realise that Yamaha don't do stuff by halves. They don't sort of put something on a keyboard and think to themselves, well, we'll see what the feedback's like. They actually do their research and see what people want. And again, 10 registration buttons on the front. For me, I was happy with 8, but apparently feedback was that people wanted 10. Whether they just didn't like having 8, I don't know. I don't see the purpose of having the extra 2 personally. But again, it's feedback that came to Yamaha, and it's things that they've added and produced. But the key thing about this instrument is the sound quality. It goes without saying. I mean, if we go into, let's for example just go into pop and go to something called cinematic pop and just start the rhythm. Sounds ultra modern, sounds very, very up to date. You could easily record that, put some vocals over the top if you wanted to, and send it out. It's just, it's fresh. And the only way I'll describe this keyboard is one of those instruments where you want to just keep playing, and it's inspirational. It gives you ideas because the styles are, I mean, even now, these are 5-year-old styles. You've got some really great stuff in here. And of course, the stuff I'm playing at the moment is more modern. But for those traditionalists out there who always claim an arranger keyboard must always have big band and all that sort of jazz in there, it's in here. You've got jazz. You've got things like big band crooner. I mean, come on, these intros are just outstanding. And the one thing that was also complained about with Tyros was the fact that the one-touch settings were pretty much awful, because the reverb was too dry, the voice selection was iffy, and on here, I mean, that's just, it's got enough reverb. can just literally sit down and play. No worries, no thinking, where is this? How do I do this? How do I find a sound? I mean, this whole system that Yamaha have developed has been copied and followed by so many other manufacturers. And they are the leaders in this. So they know what they're doing. I mean, again, acoustic jazz. Let's just try the intro for this. Listen to the drums. The drums are just so realistic, and this is using those fantastic Revo drum samples that Yamaha have done. And of course, Yamaha are one of those few companies that actually sample their own instruments. It's not just a case that they make a cabinet and then buy somebody else's voices. They actually do make their own sounds. So everything you're hearing, I mean, I can run through some of the voices. But again, I keep reflecting back on the fact that this keyboard is 5 years old. The flugelhorn. And again, you've got those super articulated voices. And then you've got my all-time favourite voice ever on any instrument. And this came in with Tyros 5, believe it or not, is the shadow guitar. It's just such a lovely warm. Such a super sound. They did add a new voice, a 60s shadow lead. But I'm not such a fan of that one. It's a great sound, nothing wrong with it. But to me, this is the reason why I would always buy a Yamaha. If they take this voice off the next generation of Genos, I'll be so upset. And again, one of the things that this keyboard is outstanding in is multiple effects. One of my friends, stroke music colleague, came to see the Genos, and I can't use the language he used, but when he realised how many layers of effects you can actually apply to a particular voice and the power of those effects, he was just absolutely blown away. And he said, this is more powerful than some of the professional synthesizers on the market. And again, this is what makes the Genos so powerful, because you can add such wonderful effects to voices. Moving into a slightly more user voice basis, it will load samples, and this is another stupendous thing about this keyboard and why there's such an amazing ecosystem for this, because many keyboards you buy and there is nothing for them. Literally, once you've got the keyboard, you're on your own, you're done for. Whereas with Genos and SX and all the Yamaha products that will load styles, there are thousands upon thousands of styles. And the same with voices. You can actually load some really, really great sounds in here. I mean, you've got some strings. Very film score. But those aren't in the Genos. These are sounds that you can load in from expansion packs and from third-party companies. Yamaha, of course, give you access to their entire sound library free of charge now, which is just super stuff. And again, one of my favourite one of my favourite packs is the country and western pack, and it's got some really great. And these are free. It's unbelievable. And again, this is what I'm saying to you. When you buy a keyboard and you are investing in something of thousands of pounds, not just a few pennies, it's thousands of pounds. You've got to think to yourself, in my long-term playing span, am I going to get bored with this? Because if I am, then what do I do? Because again, after using the same rhythm for so many times, you will get bored. So then you start looking on the hunt for new styles. And this thing has in fact, all Yamaha keyboards have so many styles available to download. Many of them are free, some of them are expensive and you have to buy, some are reasonably well priced. But overall, there's websites, forums, groups where you can actually go and load new styles, buy new styles. So you're never going to get bored with voices, with styles. And again, you can never get bored with voices. So the world of playing is opened up so much wider. And if I go into my user area as well, because of course the Yamaha packs also come with styles built in. And this new, where are we? Let's just find the rhythm. So I'm looking for the expansion 2.0, the new Superior pack. There we go. If I go in here, these are absolutely A1 styles. Listen to this. This is Ten's Schlager dance style. And again, everyone comes with a one-touch setting. And away you go. 6/8 Italiano ballad. Lovely. And again, you can just sit and play. Now, this is the really great thing about this product, is when you're playing, you think, maybe I want some more reverb. So all you do is press Mixer on the main front of the panel. You go to Reverb, you pick the part you want to have the reverb to, and you come out. Some other keyboards, you've got to go into multiple pages, you've got to try and find the right section, then you've got to adjust it, then you've got to say it becomes an absolute nightmare. This is simple. You can sit and play for hours. These aren't songs. I'm just literally sitting and making these things up. So if you're watching this video and then you start messaging me saying, what's the song at 0.6 minutes, 23 seconds? I can't tell you because I'm just making this stuff up. So these aren't real songs. So don't ask for the song titles because I can't tell you. But again, just running through some of these wonderful styles in this new pack. I mean, where should we? I mean, the Spanish pop is great. I like that. And again, 3, 4. Oh, here we go. One, two, three. The drums are just like woo. And listen to the drums. I mean, they are, come on. I mean, there's nothing better than this, is there? So that, again, I'm just in the first few styles. Got a lovely 60s mountain swing. Nice and short intro. You can play anything you want. 60s orchestral swing. Come fly with it's Come Fly With Me. I can't perform it because obviously for the copyright reasons. But anyway, there you go. 60s soul. Again, that for me needs a bit more reverb. It's on 22, I'll take it up to 43. Again, you can go on and on and on and on. And this is the whole lovely thing about Genos is it's 5 years old. And if you bought this second hand or even better new, you would literally be sitting down and starting with a completely new product that gives you so much scope in musical creativity. 70s UK musical ballad, Don't Cry For Me Argentina. Well, if you go for intro 2, for obvious reasons, can't play the song, but anyway, there you go. 80s Disco Fox. And again, F.R. David, words. However, go to introduction 2. So there you go. And a lot of these styles are written for primarily a particular song. Some aren't. We've got 80s Italian Evergreen. Now that to me sounds like the old TV show Going for Gold. Let's not go down that avenue. So we got. I mean, with it's got some really great Schlager stuff. Now, when Tyros 3 came out, I was quite saddened that there wasn't enough German in there. I love the Schlager styles. They're so easy to play. They cover so many multitudes of sins in terms of songs. You can play any much to them. And of course, as Tyros 5 came out, that had more German in, but this has got some really, really super stuff. And there you have stuff like that. You can just sit and play. I mean, you can do any normal pop song, but with this sort of Germanic, upbeat sort of tempo. Swedish pop ballad. I mean, come on. Guess what this is for? Yeah, you guessed it. It must have been love. Super start. The programs for this sort of stuff are just out of this world. And you've got to also be very careful with this sort of stuff because the intros and endings are so too close to really to the original, so that YouTube will actually spot the intro as a particular song. So you've got to be very careful with that as well. Colour Dance, again, another really nice modern upbeat sort of style. And for those of you who watch my YouTube videos, this style was used for the Ed Sheeran number, and you'll know it. It's got the vampire flying through, but it was Colour Dance that I used for that particular song. The intro is very good as well. Okay, so let's go back and have a look at our more traditional side of things, because maybe you're of a retired generation and you like ballroom. Well, again, this just wipes the floor. If we go into Latin and go to pop cha-cha, listen to this. You know the song? It's in there. Rock Cha-Cha. Yep, you got that sort of stuff. You got some lovely. In fact, let me just have a look. Where is it? Slow Bossa. This is beautiful. This is. And again, we're just popping into the sound section, and this is using one of the smooth tenor sax, which is a stupendous voice. Or breathy tenor sax. Or maybe you want this sort of pop soprano. You know, I literally could be here for hour upon hour, and unfortunately I can't be. I've got other things to do. But the whole basis of this keyboard, 5 years on, and it is still probably in my book, my book is this is the best keyboard on the market. No issues whatsoever in stating that. I've seen some new keyboards that have come out, and one that uses audio seems very interesting. But again, we're back to this problem of what happens when you get bored with those styles. Are there hundreds or thousands of styles that you can access? No. Are there voices that you can access? No. You've got to always think about the long life of your instrument. Are you going to get bored within 12 months? And maybe you're one of these people who buys it, sticks it under the bed and never plays. This I play every single day for at least an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, maybe even more in some cases, because it's so creative. I've not even touched on the elements of being able to multi-track and record and add audio over the top of your multi-tracks. It's an absolute workstation. There is a couple of things that I wished it would do, namely integrate better with Logic, which is one of the most used. I mean, obviously Yamaha are Steinberg, so they have their sort of link with Cubase, but I really do wish Yamaha would do something with Logic, because for Apple users, I mean, this keyboard would be stupendous if it could be accessed very easily from Logic. But I've seen the forums, and that doesn't seem to be quite so simple. But as an actual standalone keyboard, it is the bee's knees, let's put it that way. Let's not use anything unpleasant. It really is the bee's knees. It's the best keyboard out there that you could buy. So if you've got a Tyros 5 sat in a cupboard and you're thinking, I'm getting a bit bored of this, or maybe you're looking at updating just any other instrument. Maybe you've got an organ and you're looking to downsize. So, I mean, you can add pedals and a lower keyboard to this as well, which is something else I'd like to show you at some point. But all in all, if you're looking for a keyboard, this is the one you're looking for. There is no better instrument out there for you to play. This is, as of, the best. I'm sure you'll have comments. Please do leave some feedback below. Maybe you've got one of these and like to tell us what your experience is, or maybe you're thinking of buying one. The prices of these things vary second hand at the moment, from anywhere from, I've seen them as low as $1,800 up to about $3,000. The average normal second hand price at the moment, I would say, is about $2,324. So if you are thinking of maybe upgrading to one of these, that's the sort of price you should be looking around. And certainly some of the prices that are being advertised on eBay are absolutely crackers. I mean, some people are expecting like £4,000 back for a second-hand one of these. Never going to happen. But if you keep your eye out in things like Gumtree, eBay, your local music store, heaven forbid, keep an eye out. You never know what sort of bargain you're going to get. But this is, I can say, hands on heart, probably the best thing that you would ever buy. Definitely. Okay, and so until next time, we'll make a few more videos and I'll show you some more styles and new voices and things about the Genos. And of course, don't forget, if you actually have one of these, you can join our club, which is patreon.com/Genos Club. So that's www.patreon.com/Genos Club. The club offers you banks and banks and banks, and there's 140 sets. In fact, it's probably about 1,400 presets. So there's videos, there's tutorials, members can chat. It's a little Genos community that's growing. So if you have a Genos and you've watched this video, or maybe you're thinking of buying one, I want to find out a little bit more, join the club. It's a really great resource for all things Genos. So until next time, thanks ever so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, which you can do. Doesn't cost you anything, but it just means you'll get notification when we put another one of these videos out. And we wish you all the very best. Happy playing and take care.